Well, there was this movie I seen one time about a man crossed the desert and it starred Gregory Peck. He was shot down by a hungry kid trying to make a name for himself. The townspeople wanted to crush that kid down and string him up by the neck. Well, the marshal, now he beat that kid to a bloody pulp. As the dying gunfighter lay in the sun and gasped for his last breath, turn him loose, let him go, let him say he outdrew me fair and square. I want him to feel what it's like to every moment face his death. Well, I keep seeing this stuff, and it just comes rolling in. And it blows right through me like a ball and chain. I can't believe we've lived so long and still so far apart. The memory of you keeps calling after me like a rolling train. I can still see the day that you came to me on the painted desert, in your busted down Ford and your platform heels. I could never figure out why you chose that particular place to meet. Oh, but you were right. It was perfect as I got in behind the wheel. Well, we drove that car all night into San Anton, and we slept near the Alamo. Your skin was so tender and soft. Way down in Mexico, you went out to find a doctor and you never came back. I would have gone on after you, but I didn't feel like letting my head get blown off. Well, we crossed the Panhandle and then we headed towards Amarillo. We pulled up where Henry Porter used to live. He owned a wrecking lot outside of town, about a mile. Ruby was in the backyard hanging clothes. She had her red hair tied back. She saw us come up rolling in a trail of dust. She said, "Henry ain't here, but you can come in. He'll be back in a little while." Then she told us how things were tough, and how about she was thinking of bumming a ride back to where she started. But she changed her subject every time money came up. She said, "Welcome to the land of the living dead." You could tell she was so broken-hearted. She said even the swap meets around here are getting pretty corrupt. "How far are you all going?" Ruby asked us with a sigh. "We're going all the way till the wheels fall off and burn, till the sun peels the paint and the seat covers fade and the water moccasin dies." Ruby just smiled and said, some babies never learn. Something about that movie, though. Well, I just can't get it out of my head. But I can't remember why I was in it or which part I was supposed to play. All I remember about it was Gregory Peck and the way people moved, and a lot of them seemed to be looking my way. Well, they were looking for somebody with a pompadour. I was crossing the street when the shots rang out. I didn't know whether to duck or to run, so I ran. We got him cornered in the churchyard. I heard somebody shout. Well, you saw my picture in the Corpus Christi Tribune. Underneath it, it said, "A man with no alibi." You went out on a limb to testify for me. You said I was with you. Then when I saw you break down in front of the judge and cry real tears, it was the best acting I saw anybody do. Now, I've always been the kind of person who doesn't like to trespass, but sometimes you just find yourself over the line. Oh, if there isn't a riddle of thought here, I could use it right now. I feel pretty good, but that ain't saying much. I could feel a whole lot better if you were just here by my side to show me how. Well, I'm standing in line in the rain to see a movie starring Gregory Peck. Yeah, but it's not the one I had in mind. He's got a new one out now. I don't even know what it's about, but I'll see him in anything, so I'll stand in line. It's funny how things never turn out the way you had them planned. The only thing we knew for sure about Henry Porter is that his name wasn't Henry Porter. And there was something about you, baby, that I liked. That was always too good for this world. Just like you always said there was something about me you liked that I left behind in the French Quarter. Strange how people who suffer together have stronger connections than people that are most content. I don't have any regrets. They can talk about me plenty when I'm gone. You always said people don't do what they believe in. They just do what's most convenient, and then they repent. And I always said, hang on to me, baby, and let's hope that the roof stays on. There was a movie I seen one time. I think I sat through it twice. I don't remember who I was or where I was bound. All I remember about it was it starred Gregory Peck. He wore a gun and he was shot in the back. Seems like a long time ago, long before the stars were torn down.